In a world saturated with relentless positivity, we often overlook the insidious nature of toxic happiness that cloaks the depths of our true emotions. What if the smile we wear is merely a mask, hiding our struggles and insecurities beneath? This book serves as a powerful guide for unraveling this complex web, empowering you to confront and embrace your mental health challenges head-on. Within these pages, you will discover how to reclaim your authentic self, unearth hidden strengths, and illuminate the path to genuine fulfillment. This is more than just a book, it's your first step towards liberation. False Happiness: Breaking Free from the Illusion of Toxic Positivity, written and published by Mindset Liberation. Chapter 1: The Trap of Forced Positivity. In today's hyper-connected society, maintaining a facade of unwavering optimism often feels imperative. But beneath this veneer of forced positivity lies a lurking menace that can quietly suffocate our mental well-being. This phenomenon manifests as toxic positivity, a condition that dismisses valid feelings of sadness, frustration, or anxiety in favor of relentless cheerfulness. It pressures individuals to mask their true emotions with smiles and upbeat affirmations, leaving them feeling both isolated and misunderstood. The origins of this troubling mindset often trace back to societal expectations and cultural narratives that value success derived solely from positivity. We are taught from an early age to think positive and look on the bright side. But what happens when our genuine feelings contrast with this forced narrative? Statistics reveal the startling prevalence of mental health issues influenced by toxic positivity. According to the World Health Organization, approximately 1 in 4 people will experience a mental health disorder in their lifetime. A staggering number, this statistic highlights just how common it is to battle feelings of despair or inadequacy beneath an obligatory smile. Experts argue that this pressure to conform to positivity can exacerbate feelings of shame and guilt associated with experiencing negative emotions. Instead of seeking help, individuals often internalize their struggles, perpetuating a painful cycle that hinders healing and personal growth. Consider the story of Sarah, a vibrant young professional admired for her infectious positivity. At work, she constantly encouraged her colleagues to stay upbeat and was seen as the morale booster of her team. However, beneath the surface, Sarah was grappling with debilitating anxiety and self-doubt. She felt compelled to suppress her feelings, convincing herself that acknowledging her struggles would invite judgment and rejection. The truth wore away at her, as the more she feigned happiness, the more trapped she felt in her emotional turmoil. Sarah's experience is a relatable truth for many, a testament to the incredible pressure we're under to present ourselves as relentlessly positive, even when we're crumbling inside. Research indicates that toxic positivity can dampen emotional growth, suggesting that the continuous suppression of feelings leads to emotional outbursts and heightened stress levels. When we are not allowed to experience the full spectrum of our emotions, we deny ourselves an essential component of our humanity. By relegating negative feelings to an invisible corner of our psyche, we compromise our ability to process emotions healthily and authentically. This warped perspective not only diminishes personal well-being, but can derail relationships that are built on trust and honesty. As we explore the depths of forced positivity in this chapter, it is essential to recognize that acknowledging our struggles does not equate to surrendering to them. Embracing our vulnerabilities opens the door to profound healing, personal growth, and authentic connections with others. We must confront the reality that while positivity has its place, it can become toxic when used as a blanket to smother the natural ebb and flow of our emotional landscape. By unraveling this notion, we can pave the way for a more profound understanding of ourselves, stepping away from the trap of forced positivity and toward embracing our true feelings. It is within this space of authenticity that we can start to unlock the secret to genuine emotional resilience and holistic well-being. The pervasive influence of toxic positivity can infiltrate every facet of our lives, from the way we process emotions to our relationships with ourselves and others. When individuals are conditioned to suppress or deny their negative feelings, their emotional landscape becomes reduced to a shallow pool of erratic reactions. This limited emotional bandwidth impacts decision-making significantly. Imagine being in a high-stakes job where failure is not an option. Faced with a stressful situation, a person entrenched in toxic positivity may ignore red flags and opt for the happiest choice rather than the most logical one. Psychological research highlights this distortion. Studies show that when emotions are repressed, people's cognitive functions can also diminish, resulting in poorly thought-out decisions driven solely by the need to feel good. Moreover, relationships deteriorate under the weight of forced positivity. When individuals feel pressured to appear cheerful, they often avoid sharing their real struggles with friends or partners. This creates blinding barriers that prevent genuine connection and vulnerability. A study in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships underscores that honesty fosters intimacy, while avoidance leads to stagnation and resentment. For instance, consider Laura and Ben, partners who appeared picture-perfect to their friends. Beneath social facades, both struggled silently with doubts and insecurities. Laura often grappled with self-imposed guilt for not always being the positive partner, while Ben felt he needed to be there for Laura and bottled his emotions out of fear of disappointing her. Their relationship began to unravel due to a lack of true emotional engagement, highlighting how the pressure to always be on can ultimately fracture connections that were foundationally strong. Toxic positivity doesn't merely warp our emotional responses, it chips away at our self-esteem. When we constantly find ourselves in an imperfect world, but hear that we should only focus on the positives, we may begin to feel inadequate about our feelings. The dissonance can lead individuals to criticize themselves for experiencing unacceptable emotions. Psychological science indicates this phenomenon can spark a negative feedback loop, where lowered self-esteem drives individuals to pursue even more unattainable standards of positivity. This internalized belief that they are unworthy if they do not radiate happiness further erodes genuine self-worth. The irony is that many individuals fall into the trap of toxic positivity while striving for connection and acceptance. The propensity to showcase unwavering optimism can stem from a deep-rooted desire to be liked and valued. Our cultural narratives have made cheerfulness synonymous with success and desirability, leading many to prioritize an exterior image over personal honesty. This societal conditioning teaches individuals that vulnerability is a weakness and that emotions seen as negative signify failure. Consequently, they become entrenched in a belief system that prioritizes appearance over authenticity. As we delve deeper into the consequences of toxic positivity, it becomes apparent that acknowledging and understanding these detrimental effects is vital. The profound discord between our inner emotional realities and the masks we wear can lead to both personal suffering and disconnection from those we love. In the upcoming section, we will uncover essential hidden warning signs associated with this deceptive mindset. Recognizing these indicators may be key to unearthing a path toward emotional liberation and honesty that so many of us crave but fail to grasp. Understanding these complexities will forge a pathway to breaking free from the shackles that toxic positivity presents. The manifestations of mental health issues arising from toxic positivity often present themselves in subtle yet pernicious ways. To truly understand the problem, one must recognize the symptoms and patterns that signal the silent struggle in many individuals. Oftentimes, these signs may go unnoticed by those experiencing them, hidden beneath layers of forced cheerfulness. Feelings of anxiety, overwhelming guilt, chronic stress, or even physical manifestations such as fatigue or insomnia may serve as red flags indicating that something deeper is amiss. Consider the case of Jake, who easily showcased a bright smile and unwavering positive attitude despite his growing exhaustion. Eventually, the weight of perpetual optimism led him to experience frequent panic attacks, an emotional culmination of unaddressed fears that had festered beneath the surface. His smiling exterior obliterated any opportunity for him to voice his true feelings, leading to a disastrous reckoning once his mental health deteriorated. Another critical pattern of behavior stemming from toxic positivity is the inability to engage in open and honest conversations about personal struggles. Samantha, an admired figure among her friends, constantly disseminated positivity on her social media platforms. However, she felt increasingly isolated when grappling with personal challenges. The pressure to maintain an image of happiness stifled her ability to communicate her true self, leading to destructive feelings of loneliness, even in a crowd of well-meaning friends. These scenarios reflect a shared reality where many individuals misconstrue vulnerability as a failing, perpetuating an environment of silence and misunderstanding. Recognizing these patterns is the fundamental first step toward healing from the ailments inflicted by forced positivity. Awareness opens the door to self-reflection and acceptance, enabling individuals to confront emotional blockages that may have molded their identities. By understanding that their emotional struggle is valid, individuals can reclaim agency over their mental health, fostering a healthier relationship with their feelings. Becoming aware of the influence toxic positivity has on life experiences allows individuals to dismantle the stigma associated with vulnerability, paving the way toward change. As we conclude this chapter, the journey through the shadows of forced positivity has begun, illuminating the need for introspection and acknowledgement of one's feelings. Understanding the mental toll that toxic positivity exerts on individuals is crucial. It is not a sign of weakness, but a necessary pivot toward genuine healing and transformation. In the next chapter, we will delve deeper into the nuances of recognizing when optimism crosses the line into self-deception, allowing us to disentangle ourselves from narratives that obscure our truth and inhibit our growth. Join us as we challenge the assumptions that often bind us, preparing for a journey toward authentic resilience and emotional honesty. Be sure to engage with Mindset Liberation as we explore these vital ideas. Subscribe, share your insights, and help foster a community where each voice matters in the journey to mental wellness and emotional authenticity. Your thoughts are essential to our collective growth, and together, we can begin to unpack the layers of our experiences with the clarity they deserve. Chapter 2. When Optimism Becomes Self-Deception. Imagine standing on the precipice between hope and denial, where the alluring light of optimism blinds you to the truth of your struggles. This delicate balance becomes fraught with peril when optimism morphs into self-deception. As we aim for a more authentic life, it is imperative to discern the difference between genuine positivity and the harmful narratives that inhibit emotional growth. This chapter will guide you through the path of transforming self-deception into true empowerment, shedding light on how to cultivate a mindset that embraces both optimism and authenticity. The roots of self-deception reside in societal conditioning, illuminated by the insistence that we must always think positive. The seeds of this belief are sown early, forming a foundation where individuals are encouraged to reject negative feelings as unproductive or even shameful. For many, the pressure to remain relentlessly optimistic can drown out critical self-reflection. A study by psychologists at Stanford reveals that individuals who adopt a stance of toxic positivity are often less adaptive to challenges and more likely to experience emotional distress. This finding aligns with countless personal testimonies, including that of Michelle, a high school teacher who perpetually downplayed her struggles with classroom stress. Determined to appear as the ever-optimistic educator, she ultimately realized she was unable to engage in constructive solutions for her mounting anxiety. The prevalence of self-deception can be staggering. According to mental health assessments, approximately 78% of individuals report feeling the need to present a facade of happiness, regardless of their emotional state. This statistic serves as a promising reminder that you are not alone in this battle against societal expectations. Individuals everywhere, much like you, are seeking permission to drop their masks and connect with their authentic selves. It's essential to recognize that while a positive outlook can motivate change, it can also breed complacency when tethered to inauthenticity. Being optimistic should not exempt you from confronting your reality. Chris, an enthusiastic entrepreneur, constantly proclaimed his unwavering confidence in his business despite facing mounting debt. His message, while energizing, soon became a barrier that clouded his judgment, preventing him from seeking help and recreating his strategy. Through his journey of embracing vulnerability, he eventually acknowledged that admitting shortcomings could catalyze transformative change rather than stifle it. As you read these words, an understanding dawns. The power to evolve lies within you. The key to transitioning from self-deceptive optimism toward authentic empowerment rests in recognizing your emotions as valid. Embracing your vulnerabilities can lead you to personal discoveries, igniting the flames of creativity and resilience, all of which are forged in the fires of self-awareness. Self-deception thrives in the shrouded shadows of avoidance, while genuine optimism flourishes in clarity and acceptance. In this chapter, we will explore actionable strategies to dismantle self-deception, empowering you to embrace all aspects of your emotional experience without dismissing any part of it. It is time to transcend limitations imposed by societal pressures and allow your journey toward authenticity to commence. In the upcoming sections, we will equip you with practical approaches to cultivate genuine self-awareness and realign your outlook with your authentic self, instilling hope and inspiring you to construct a life that resonates with truth. Your resilience is calling you, and it starts with acknowledging the courage required to see things as they genuinely are. Together, we will embark on this transformative journey, leveraged against the deceptive pitfalls that have clouded so many minds. The power of conscious recognition awaits you, illuminating the path to emotional activation and fulfilling growth. The method of nurturing authentic optimism as a counter to self-deception is not only effective, it is both liberating and transformative. At its core, this approach emphasizes the importance of self-awareness, honesty, and emotional processing. When individuals learn to recognize and accept their unfiltered feelings, they open pathways to personal growth that toxic positivity often suffocates. This method fosters resilience without denying one's emotional reality, making it a robust strategy for navigating life's challenges. Scientific research supports the efficacy of this approach. A study published in the journal Emotion highlights how emotional acknowledgement and acceptance can significantly improve mental well-being. Participants who practiced emotional acceptance reported lower levels of anxiety, depression, and stress compared to those who repressed their true feelings. This underscores a profound truth: permitting oneself to experience the whole spectrum of emotions, including discomfort, cultivates a foundation for genuine optimism, built on resilience rather than denial. Consider the story of Sam, a young man who felt paralyzed by expectations to radiate positivity in both his personal and professional life. For years, he wore a mask of unfaltering cheerfulness, believing that this guise would attract happiness and success. However, he found himself spiraling into emotional disarray, feeling increasingly detached from his true self. It was not until he sought counseling and began practicing emotional acceptance that everything began to change. Through guided sessions, he learned to acknowledge his feelings of fear, uncertainty, and disappointment without judgment. The more he embraced these emotions, the more authentic his outlook became. Sam discovered that admitting to momentary despair empowered him to pursue realistic goals and appreciate the deeper joy found in genuine connections with others. This transformative shift resonates beyond his experience, exemplifying the power of facing rather than fleeing one's emotional truth. The urgency of adopting this method cannot be overstated. The longer individuals remain enveloped in self-deceiving narratives, the more profound the psychological toll they endure. Recognizing the deceptive facade and choosing the path of genuine emotional engagement can mean the difference between stagnation and flourishing. When individuals face their realities, they set forth a powerful ripple effect. Empowering themselves allows others to feel safe in relinquishing their masks as well. By fostering an authentic mindset, individuals reclaim their agency, enabling them to interact with the world authentically. This approach does not just paint over struggles with positivity, but invites individuals to factor their true experiences into the broader narrative of their lives. The decision to embrace genuine feelings is an act of courage, one that stems from a place of strength rather than weakness. As we continue to explore ways to combat self-deception through the lens of authentic optimism, take a moment to reflect on what you stand to gain by embarking on this journey. The next section will delve into the actions and practical exercises designed to help you acknowledge emotions and support your transition toward emotional honesty. This engagement is not just superficial. It invites profound shifts in your self-perception and emotional landscape. As you prepare for this next phase, Remember that the significance of confronting your truths creates a powerful momentum leading toward greater fulfillment in life. Embrace the potential that lies within you to transform self-deception into authentic optimism that resonates deeply with all aspects of your experience. Embracing authentic optimism requires deliberate action and a commitment to reshaping the way you engage with your emotions. Below are practical steps you can take to cultivate a mindset that honors your true feelings while fostering a sense of genuine positivity. The journey begins with small, manageable shifts that not only pave the way for deeper self-awareness, but also nurture the seeds of growth within you. Begin your transformation by establishing an emotional diary. Set aside time each day, preferably in the morning or before bed, to jot down your feelings and reflections. Document not only your high points, but also the challenges you face. When writing about negative emotions, focus on identifying the root causes. What triggered the feeling, how it affected you, and any thoughts associated with it. This method promotes a valuable practice of emotional acknowledgement, allowing you to see these feelings as valid components of your human experience. Each entry in your diary is an opportunity to understand yourself better, enabling you to clarify your perspective and foster self-compassion. Next, practice a technique known as Name It to Tame It. This engaging exercise involves consciously naming your emotions as you experience them throughout the day. Try it during moments of distress, confusion, or anxiety. When you feel a wave of discomfort, label it. Say to yourself, "I'm feeling anxious," or "I feel disappointed." By recognizing and naming these emotions, you create distance from them, which helps you take a step back and assess the situation with greater clarity. Initially, this may prompt feelings of vulnerability, but over time, you'll discover that understanding and acknowledging your emotions diminishes their grip on you. Introduce regular meditation to your routine. Even if it feels challenging at first, even just 5 minutes a day can start to make a significant difference. Allow your mind to settle and focus on your breath. As thoughts and feelings arise, observe them without judgment, but also without attachment. This practice will reinforce the understanding that emotions come and go, allowing you to accept your emotional landscape without guiding your actions entirely. Using guided meditation apps or videos can create structure and ease, making it accessible regardless of your previous experience with mindfulness. To encourage immediate action and build momentum, celebrate small wins. Each time you successfully acknowledge a challenging emotion or complete an entry in your emotional diary, take a moment to gift yourself a victory cheer, either internally or aloud. Positive reinforcement is key to this transformation. By recognizing the incremental successes you achieve, you will increasingly empower yourself. As you integrate these practices into your daily life, you might notice subtle yet stunning changes in your overall mindset. The increase in emotional awareness positions you to seek authentic positivity that corresponds with your genuine experiences. Embrace this journey of transformation and see it as an invitation to cultivate self-acceptance and resilience. As we conclude this chapter, you stand ready to embrace the power of understanding your realities with fresh eyes. The journey continues, and in the next chapter, we will delve into the crucial role of embracing negative emotions as avenues for personal growth. You'll discover how confronting these feelings propels you toward not just resilience, but a profound understanding of your authentic self. Remember to engage with mindset liberation. When you subscribe, give a like, or share your thoughts and suggestions. You contribute to a community dedicated to fostering authentic growth. Your insights are invaluable, and together we can navigate the intricacies of emotional understanding and liberation. Chapter 3. Embracing negative emotions as growth. Contrary to popular belief, negative emotions can be powerful catalysts for growth rather than barriers to progress. A compelling and often overlooked truth is that when we embrace our negative feelings, we step into a realm of transformative potential. By confronting and accepting these emotions, we can unlock lessons that propel us forward, leading to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. In this chapter, we will delve into the origins of this mindset shift and illustrate the undeniable power that lies in welcoming our feelings rather than suppressing them. Negative emotions, often stigmatized and dismissed as weaknesses, have valid roots in our psychological evolution. They serve critical functions. Fear warns us of danger, sadness encourages reflection, and anger can highlight injustices or unveil passions. Yet, societal norms have perpetuated the view that feeling sad, angry, or anxious diminishes our worth or resilience. Research by the American Psychological Association emphasizes that acknowledging and processing these emotions can lead to important personal insights and healthier coping mechanisms. Studies show that individuals who allow themselves to feel and express their emotions authentically often report increased emotional intelligence and improved relationships. Take, for example, the experience of Emma, a successful artist who inadvertently fell prey to the belief that only happiness and joy were acceptable emotions to display in her work. This narrow emotional range limited her creative expression and left her feeling stagnant. Eventually, confronted by an emotionally charged breakup, Emma found herself engulfed in pain and anger. Rather than ignore or deny these feelings, she decided to channel them into her art. The result was a series of intimate and raw pieces that captivated her audience and forced her to confront her pain. Through embracing her negative emotions, Emma breathed new life into her work and, in the process, discovered healing and empowerment. The statistics surrounding emotional suppression are alarming. According to research conducted by the University of California, individuals who regularly suppress their emotions have a higher risk of developing chronic conditions and mental health disorders. Moreover, the lack of emotional expression can deteriorate physical health. Recognizing the duality of emotional experiences, that light cannot exist without shadow, allows us to expand the depth of our emotional palette. Such awareness is essential to fostering personal resilience and embracing our humanity. Embracing negative emotions invites you to step into a crucial aspect of emotional growth. You harness the power to transform negative experiences into pathways for personal evolution. This perspective instills a sense of agency. Instead of feeling beholden to these emotions, individuals learn to engage with them, fostering resilience and adaptability. Realizing that discomfort can coexist with progress reminds you that every experience, whether positive or negative, is a stepping stone to self-discovery and deeper emotional authenticity. As we journey through this chapter, you will find that embracing negative emotions is not about wallowing in them or allowing them to define your reality. Rather, it is about recognizing them as integral parts of the human experience. You possess the extraordinary ability to transform your mindset, navigate your emotional landscape, and build the resilience needed to thrive. Through purposeful engagement with every facet of your emotional spectrum, you open yourself up to newfound strength and insight. Get ready to embark on a powerful journey of transformation, where facing difficult feelings will become a key driver of your growth and fulfillment. Embracing negative emotions as a pathway to growth is more than an empowering concept. It is a potent method rooted in psychological theory and backed by extensive research. The effectiveness of this approach stems from its ability to facilitate emotional processing and foster self-awareness. When we allow ourselves to sit with uncomfortable emotions rather than fleeing from them, we open the door to transformative healing. Engaging with negativity equips us with invaluable insights that drive personal development and resilience. Scientific studies lend considerable credence to the notion that acknowledging and processing tough emotions leads to improved emotional health. Research spearheaded by renowned psychologist Dr. Barbara Fredrickson, known for her work on positive psychology, reveals the physiological benefits of experiencing a range of emotions, both positive and negative. Dr. Fredrickson's broaden and build theory suggests that grappling with negative feelings expands our cognitive abilities while simultaneously enhancing our coping mechanisms, allowing us to build resilience. Individuals who embrace the entirety of their emotional spectrum not only develop greater emotional intelligence, but also become adept at navigating challenges and stressors. Consider the journey of Mark, a multi-talented athlete who faced a grueling setback after sustaining a severe injury that sidelined his career. Initially, Mark was overwhelmed with feelings of anger and frustration, emotions he attempted to mask behind a facade of bravery. However, After the recommendations of a supportive therapist, he began to confront and accept his feelings instead of hiding them. As he embraced his emotional struggles, he discovered the deeper root of his anger, fear of losing his identity and passion. Instead of being consumed by negativity, Mark channeled it into the creation of a community program designed to support young athletes facing injuries. Embracing his negative emotions instigated a transition that led not only to personal healing, but also to the birth of a new chapter in his life, one filled with purpose and connection. This transformative process is essential in the face of life's inevitable adversities. Research from the University of Michigan underscores that individuals who can articulate their negative emotions experience improved well-being over time. The study found that those who engage in expressive writing about their emotions develop better coping strategies and are overall more resilient. Allowing yourself to recognize that sadness, anger, or fear can be the vessels for growth fosters a culture of emotional honesty, generating healing in a world that often rewards insincerity. As you begin to implement the approach of embracing negative emotions, the urgency of this practice becomes clear. If these emotions are left unchecked, they can morph into chronic issues, both physical and psychological. Embracing them, however, proves immensely powerful. It grants the individual control over their emotional state and ultimately leads to clarity, acceptance, and resolution. In this chapter, let it resonate that discomfort has a place in your emotional journey. Emotional pain does not signify failure. Rather, it serves as a crucial medium through which profound self-discovery can occur. By recognizing the value embedded in your negative emotions, you arm yourself with the tools needed for navigating your internal landscape. As you move forward, prepare to harness these insights in the next section, where practical strategies will enable you to transform emotional discomfort into positive growth, enriching not only your life but also the lives of those around you. Embrace this journey. It is an opportunity to build resilience, authenticity, and strength as you lean into your emotional truths with courage and intention. To fully harness the power of embracing negative emotions for growth, a proactive approach is essential. Let's walk through actionable steps that will empower you to integrate this method into your daily life. This journey is rooted in self-awareness and encourages vulnerability, while simultaneously emphasizing that you hold the reins to your emotional experience. Begin by dedicating time each day to reflect on your emotions. Set aside 10 to 15 minutes for this practice, ensuring it slots into your routine comfortably. Choose a quiet space where you can be alone with your thoughts, free from distractions. As you settle in, create a few prompts in advance. Questions like, "What did I feel today?" or "What emotions am I currently experiencing?" can initiate your exploration. Writing down these feelings not only brings clarity, but also affirms their validity. This small act of self-check is a significant step toward handling negative emotions more constructively. Next, focus on the physical manifestations of emotion. When experiencing a strong emotional reaction, such as sadness or frustration, pause for a moment to identify how your body feels. Do you notice tension in your shoulders? A tightness in your chest? Paying attention to these sensations can provide invaluable insights. To harness this further, practice the body scan technique. Close your eyes, take deep breaths, and consciously direct your attention throughout your body, noting areas of tension or discomfort. This exercise strengthens your connection to your emotions by directly linking them to physical sensations, enabling you to approach your feelings with empathy rather than avoidance. In moments of distress, practice immediate emotion awareness. This can be done by engaging in rapid journaling. Spend just 5 minutes writing about the feelings in the moment. Don't worry about grammar or coherence. Jot down whatever comes to mind. By transforming fleeting thoughts into words, you create an external narrative that allows you to objectively address what you're feeling. Realizing that these emotions are temporary and addressable can foster significant mental liberation. Celebrate small wins as you embark on this exploration. Each day that you actively acknowledge a negative feeling, write it down, or practice self-reflection is a step toward transformation and empowerment. Reward yourself with minor indulgences for these achievements, maybe a short walk in the park, a quiet cup of tea, or even a few moments of gratitude journaling to emphasize the positive aspects of your journey. These rewards serve to reinforce your commitment and motivate you to continue the work of emotional embrace. As you progress in this emotional exploration, remind yourself that you're reclaiming your narrative. Feelings like sadness and anger are not deadweights. Instead, they are tools designed for growth and understanding. Embracing these experiences can lead to better emotional management and well-being. At this point in your journey, prepare to delve deeper into how embracing negative emotions lays a vital foundation for fostering authentic resilience. In the next chapter, we will explore practical avenues to strengthen your emotional honesty and build bridges to connect deeply with others, enhancing your path to personal growth. Engage with mindset liberation through subscription or by sharing your thoughts in the comments. Together, we are creating a compassionate community that thrives on support, understanding, and reflective growth. Your voice matters, and your contributions can inspire not just you, but those who seek to navigate their emotional landscapes with authenticity and courage. Get ready for the next leg of your journey. Embracing emotional authenticity opens up new horizons for inner peace and resilience. Chapter 4: The Power of Authentic Resilience. Resilience is more than just bouncing back from adversity. It's about embracing your struggles as opportunities for profound growth. In a world that often confuses resilience with stoicism, this chapter explores a transformative approach. Authentic resilience, which encourages you to harness your experiences, including the negative ones, to build a sustainable framework for navigating life's challenges. This method empowers you to take control of your emotional landscape, turning obstacles into stepping stones toward personal fulfillment. Authentic resilience has its roots in psychological research and theory, emerging as a response to the traditional understanding of resilience, which often emphasized superficial positivity. Growing evidence suggests that resilience flourishes when individuals can accept their emotional realities, paving the way toward adaptability and strength. The American Psychological Association defines resilience as the process of adapting well in the face of adversity. It is rooted in our ability to confront and understand our emotional experiences authentically. According to research, resilient individuals not only possess strong problem-solving skills, but also demonstrate emotional awareness and the capability to draw meaningful lessons from hardship. Statistics underscore just how vital authentic resilience has become in our modern world. A longitudinal study conducted by the University of California revealed that individuals with higher levels of emotional intelligence, an aspect inherently tied to resilience, experience lower rates of mental health disorders. Approximately 69% of participants who effectively managed their emotions reported feeling more capable in coping with life's challenges. This evidence serves as a powerful reminder of the connection between emotional mastery and overall well-being, emphasizing that resilient individuals are not immune to life's difficulties. Rather, they use these experiences as foundational elements in crafting their future. Consider the story of Julia, a workplace leader renowned for her innate ability to adapt to unforeseen changes. Her journey is marked by both success and painful setbacks, including losing her job during a significant economic downturn. While she initially grappled with feelings of uncertainty, Julia reframed her approach by viewing this challenge as an opportunity to refine her skills and explore new career paths. Throughout her journey, she strategically engaged with her network and sought professional development opportunities, ultimately emerging with a new position that aligned with her passions. Julia's experience exemplifies the essence of authentic resilience. Its manifestation does not shield her from hardship, but rather enhances her capacity to navigate through hardships, ultimately propelling her toward greater success. Authentic resilience empowers individuals to take ownership of their emotional responses rather than face challenges passively. This proactive stance fosters an intrinsic connection between adversity and personal growth, enabling you to approach difficulties with renewed strength and creativity. As you stand on the brink of exploring authentic resilience, take a moment to recognize your ability to harness your past experiences. You have the power to cultivate resilience that is deeply rooted in reality, guiding you toward avenues of growth rather than retreat. This chapter invites you to embrace the notion that every setback contains within it the potential for a powerful comeback. Through authentic resilience, you can forge pathways toward not only surviving, but thriving amidst challenges. The journey ahead is one of empowerment, where you will learn actionable techniques to enhance your resilience and develop a robust emotional response to life's adversities. In the next segment, we'll uncover practical strategies for cultivating this resilience in your daily life, setting the stage for holistic growth and emotional mastery. Together, we will delve further into the transformative practice of authentic resilience, ensuring you feel equipped and empowered to face whatever challenges come your way. The effectiveness of embracing authentic resilience as a solution to emotional turmoil is rooted in its capacity to promote adaptability and foster a proactive approach to life's challenges. When individuals accept their emotional experiences and engage with them authentically, they cultivate the tools necessary to navigate adversity meaningfully. This method empowers not only personal growth, but also encourages the formation of a resilient mindset, which is analyzed through numerous studies examining emotional intelligence and coping strategies. Research repeatedly underscores how authentic resilience correlates with improved mental health outcomes and better overall well-being. A meta-analysis published in the Psychological Bulletin found that individuals who actively engaged with their negative emotions and reframed their experiences demonstrated greater resilience in the face of stress. Moreover, a separate study from the University of Queensland revealed an essential element of authentic resilience. People who learned to see challenges as opportunities for learning reported enhanced life satisfaction and reduced levels of anxiety and depression. Consider the experience of David, an entrepreneur who faced immense uncertainty when his startup struggled to find funding. Initially, David responded to this stress with overwhelming fear and self-doubt, which was compounded by societal pressures to present a successful image. However, after attending workshops on authentic resilience, he discovered a new approach to confronting adversity. Instead of viewing the lack of funding as a failure, he began to ask himself what he could learn from the experience. By engaging with his challenges, instead of distancing himself from his emotions, David cultivated a mindset that emphasized growth and adaptability. He pivoted his business strategy, sought feedback from his potential customers, and ultimately secured funding through an innovative approach that met genuine market needs. David's story emphasizes the importance of viewing adversity not simply as a barrier, but as an invitation to explore untapped potentials. Authentic resilience transfigures our understanding of adversity. Rather than succumbing to despair, this method reframes emotional struggle as a fundamental aspect of the human experience that equips us with invaluable lessons. It inserts purpose into pain, unlocking profound insights that can be applied in a variety of situations, from personal relationships to professional hurdles. People who embrace authenticity in their emotional responses tend to confront their challenges with a sense of ownership and agency, empowered by a fundamental belief that they have the capabilities to navigate through difficulties. The urgency of adopting authentic resilience cannot be overstated. As we learn to confront discomfort and embrace vulnerability, we sidestep the traps of toxic positivity and avoidance that stifle growth. This transformation is not merely a conceptual exercise. It entails practical, immediate changes that will reshape our relationship with ourselves and with life's challenges. In a world that often equates success with seamlessness, embracing authentic resilience permits you to view setbacks as critical steps on the journey to achievement. As we transition into the next section, be prepared to dive into practical strategies that will enable you to cultivate authentic resilience earnestly. We will explore specific techniques that deepen emotional awareness, build psychological fortitude, and promote a mindset ripe for growth, irrespective of the setbacks you face. Understand that you stand at a pivotal moment of transformation. By embracing authentic resilience, you arm yourself with the capabilities needed to overcome adversity and thrive in your journey toward emotional mastery and fulfillment. This is just the beginning of a remarkable journey toward a more empowered version of yourself. To cultivate authentic resilience, it's essential to put theory into practice through actionable steps. By engaging in specific exercises that encourage emotional awareness and growth, you can transform how you respond to life's challenges. This process highlights your innate ability to adapt and thrive, even in the face of adversity. Let's explore some straightforward ways to enhance your resilience, emphasizing both immediate impact and long-term benefits. Start by introducing a daily reflection practice into your routine. Allocate a few minutes each day to assess not just your accomplishments, but also your emotional state. Choose a time that works best for you, perhaps while enjoying your morning coffee or unwinding before bed. Use a journal to record a brief summary of your feelings throughout the day. Ask yourself what triggered specific emotions and how you responded to them. For example, if you felt frustrated while working on a project, write down those feelings along with any insights you unearthed. This practice not only fosters self-discovery, but also encourages you to accept and embrace your emotional landscape, laying the groundwork for authenticity. Next, challenge yourself to engage in emotional exposure. This idea revolves around giving yourself permission to confront discomfort head-on. Identify a situation that causes you anxiety, whether it's asking for help or airing your opinions in a group setting. Rather than avoiding it, take small, manageable steps to engage with that discomfort. If public speaking terrifies you, consider practices such as joining a local speaking club or simply practicing in front of friends. Each time you face a fear with intention, you're gradually solidifying your resilient mindset. Recognize these moments as opportunities for growth rather than threats. Celebrate them to enhance motivation and reinforce positive progress. Incorporate physical activity into your daily life as another powerful tool to build resilience. Research shows that exercise leads to increased levels of endorphins, which contributes to improved mood and decreased anxiety. Find an activity you enjoy, be it dancing, jogging, or yoga, and aim for regular engagement. Even short bouts of movement can be incredibly effective in reducing stress and fostering mental clarity. Establish routine physical activity goals, such as taking a daily walk for 30 minutes, and as you accomplish these, you'll notice your sense of empowerment grow along with your motivation. Another impactful technique is sharing your experiences with others. Talk openly about your feelings and how you're working to overcome challenges with trusted friends, family, or support groups. Not only does this act promote vulnerability, but it also invites accountability. When you share your struggles, others often reciprocate with their own experiences, providing mutual support. Engaging in such conversations affirms that you are not alone in your journey, creating connections that can fortify your resilience. As you practice these exercises, remember to celebrate the small victories along the way. Perhaps you articulated your feelings when you typically would have remained silent or faced a fear that had previously held you captive. Acknowledge these moments and treat yourself to something rewarding, be it a quiet evening with your favorite book or a moment of reflection with a cup of tea. These celebrations serve to reinforce your commitment and deepen your connection to the journey of authentic resilience. As we prepare to wrap up this chapter, get ready to delve into the next enlightening topic, the power of rewriting your inner narrative. This exploration will uncover how transformational language and self-dialogue can further enhance your emotional resilience and empower you to shape your identity positively. Together, we will embark on this next stage, where you'll learn to harness the potency of your words in further strengthening your path to personal growth. Be sure to engage with Mindset Liberation by subscribing, liking, and sharing your thoughts. Your participation helps cultivate a community of individuals dedicated to nurturing resilience and embracing authenticity. Your voice is vital as we advance together on this remarkable journey. Chapter 5: Rewriting Your Inner Narrative. The moments you tell yourself you're not enough or that your dreams are unattainable shape your reality more than you may realize. The internal dialogue we maintain has a profound influence on our self-esteem, motivation, and emotional well-being. Rewriting your inner narrative examines the power of consciously transforming these often self-defeating beliefs into empowering affirmations and empowering stories. By actively reshaping the way you speak to yourself, you can cultivate a mindset of resilience, confidence, and self-acceptance necessary for personal growth. The origins of negative self-talk can often be traced back to external influences during formative years. Social conditioning, family expectations, and societal narratives instill beliefs that limit growth and exacerbate feelings of inadequacy. A study conducted by the University of California found that nearly 70% of participants experience self-doubt rooted in negative internal narratives. This self-doubt can foster a paralyzing sense of helplessness, stifling the motivation needed to pursue goals. The reality is that these narratives are often remnants of past experiences, rather than reflections of your potential. Consider the story of Rachel, a talented writer who struggled with the belief that her work was never good enough. While receiving recognition and encouragement from peers, Rachel had long internalized messages that she was overly critical of herself. The culmination of these beliefs led her to abandon writing entirely for years. After a transformative workshop on personal storytelling, Rachel learned to confront her inner critic. She began to analyze and then retell her story, one that acknowledged the creative risks she had taken and the passion that fueled her desire to write. This shift allowed her to reclaim her voice and engage in her craft with newfound confidence. Rachel's journey exemplifies how transforming an inner narrative can breathe life into long-dormant passions. Statistics concerning the impact of language on mental health reveal significant insights. Research from the Journal of Clinical Psychology discovered that individuals practicing positive self-affirmations report a marked decrease in anxiety and depression levels. Furthermore, studies indicate that reframing negative thoughts into positive, actionable statements fosters resilience, providing a strong basis for increased motivation and accomplishment. What emerges from these findings is both encouraging and empowering. We hold the keys to altering our narratives, shaping the paths that lie ahead. Rewriting your inner narrative is an invitation to interrogate the beliefs that no longer serve you. It engenders a sense of agency as you distance yourself from critical self-talk and divert your energy toward acknowledging your strengths and progress. You may not always have control over external circumstances, but you can cultivate control over the stories you tell yourself. This conscious act of rewriting liberates you from the shackles of negativity, boosting your emotional well-being and encouraging a more optimistic outlook on the future. As we delve further into the process of transforming your internal dialogue, consider the possibilities that lie before you as you begin writing your story anew. This remarkable capacity for change allows you to nourish the foundation of self-belief, thus opening doors to resilience and fulfillment. In this chapter, we will explore practical strategies for identifying and challenging limiting beliefs while crafting affirmations that resonate with your authentic self. You are equipped to take back control of your narrative, transforming uncertainty and self-doubt into hope and empowerment. Get ready to embark on the exhilarating journey that is rewriting your inner narrative, paving the way for greater emotional intelligence and a clearer path toward your aspirations. You possess the power to forge an authentic expression of your identity, and with each word, you are taking a significant step toward achieving your true potential. Your voice deserves to be heard, and this is just the beginning of a journey that will lead you to become the author of your life's remarkable story. The effectiveness of rewriting your inner narrative stems from its capacity to reshape thought patterns and enhance overall emotional well-being. Our inner dialogue significantly influences how we perceive ourselves and the world around us, dictating our reactions and experiences. When individuals consciously change their internal conversations, compelling transformations often follow. This method equips individuals with the skills to cast aside limiting beliefs, reinforcing a sense of agency and encouraging the pursuit of their goals. Scientific research supports the notion that our self-talk has tangible consequences on mental health and behavior. A groundbreaking study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology demonstrated that individuals who engaged in positive self-affirmations experienced increased self-esteem and a greater capacity for change. This study revealed that affirming one's self-worth is linked to improved performance in various life domains: academic achievement, workplace success, and emotional resilience. By shifting the narrative away from self-criticism toward personal empowerment, individuals take on challenges with renewed vigor and open themselves to new opportunities. Consider the inspiring journey of Thomas, a former financial analyst who felt trapped in a job that did not resonate with him. Throughout his career, Thomas internalized negative messages about his abilities, closely aligning his self-worth with external metrics of success, such as promotions and revenue numbers. This created an overwhelming sense of inadequacy in his work and eventually led him to burnout. After attending a personal development seminar focused on professing his story, he began to confront his limiting beliefs. Instead of seeing himself as merely an employee dependent on validation from others, he began rewriting his internal script as a capable, creative individual bursting with potential. Thomas took inspired action. He started a side business based on his passion for financial coaching, which not only helped others, but allowed him to redefine success on his terms. This powerful shift emphasized the truth that a new narrative can spur remarkable growth and satisfaction in areas beyond what's initially perceived. The connection between language and mindset cannot be underestimated, as it plays a pivotal role in shaping our identities. A study from the University of Pennsylvania highlighted that individuals who actively cultivate a positive inner dialogue tend to exhibit lower levels of stress and higher levels of resilience. Those who replace self-defeating statements, such as "I can't do this" or "I'm a failure," with affirming and encouraging thoughts are more likely to persevere in the face of adversity. Transitioning to a more uplifting narrative begins a cascade of changes, fostering a positive feedback loop that influences behaviors, boosts motivation, and helps clarify individual values. Rewriting your inner narrative may be transformative because it empowers you with the authority to define who you are and what instills worth in your journey. This practice enables greater adaptability when facing difficulties, calls for courage in the wake of setbacks, and nurtures resilience against external pressures. Such a shift fosters hope and clarity amid life's unpredictable challenges, reassuring individuals they can shape their destinies through conscious decision-making and introspection. As we continue to navigate the intricacies of constructing an empowering inner narrative, prepare to explore actionable strategies aimed at unearthing and rewriting old beliefs. We'll dive deeper into identifying recurring patterns within your internal dialogue and the methods to cultivate affirmations that resonate deeply with your evolving self. Your story holds incredible power, and as you learn to wield that power consciously, the pathway toward personal transformation will unfold before you. The journey of writing an inspiring narrative may prove to be the most significant chapter yet, setting the stage for crafting a fulfilling life that genuinely reflects the wonders of your authentic self. To effectively rewrite your inner narrative, it's crucial to apply specific steps and exercises that allow you to actively engage with and reshape your internal dialogue. By implementing these strategies, you will cultivate a more empowering mindset, helping you to craft an uplifting story that propels you toward your goals. Begin by identifying negative thoughts that frequently arise in your daily routine. Set aside a few moments each day to observe your inner dialogue without judgment. Each time you catch yourself thinking something negative, such as "I am not good enough" or "I always fail," make a note of it. This awareness is the first step toward change. Understanding the recurring scripts in your mind helps you paint a clear picture of what you're working with and sets the stage for transformation. Next, challenge each negative thought with a counterstatement or affirmation that reframes it into something more positive and constructive. For instance, if your inner critic tells you, "I can't handle this," replace it with, "I have faced difficult situations before and will handle this one too." This process is like creating a script for a new uplifting movie in which you definitely play the starring role. Use your findings from the previous step as a basis for crafting these affirmations. Remember, the goal is to create realistic, uplifting statements that resonate with your true self. After developing these affirmations, set a dedicated time each day to recite them. Consider integrating them into your morning routine, perhaps while brushing your teeth or during your commute. You can utilize sticky notes as visible reminders placed in locations like your bathroom mirror, desk, or refrigerator. This technique embeds the affirmations into your daily life, making it easier to internalize the new narrative over time. In addition to affirmations, practice visualizing yourself living out this new narrative. Visualization is a potent technique that involves imagining yourself succeeding in situations where you previously felt insecure or inadequate. Find a quiet moment to close your eyes and picture a scenario in which you face your fears or pursue your dreams. See it in vivid detail, how you feel, the steps you take, and the joy that results. When you invest in this powerful exercise regularly, it reinforces the notion that your new narrative is not just aspirational, but is your actual potential waiting to be realized. As you journey through this process, embrace every small victory. Every time you catch a negative thought and counter it with a positive affirmation, you're cultivating change. Each time you allow yourself to envision success instead of defeat, you are reinforcing your belief in your capabilities. Celebrate these moments. A simple reward might include treating yourself to your favorite snack, taking a leisurely walk, or indulging in an episode of your favorite show. These small wins are vital in building the momentum necessary for lasting change. As we wrap up this empowering chapter, prepare to step into the next phase of your journey, where we will explore building emotional honesty. This next chapter invites you to delve deeply into authentic self-expression, where you'll learn how to align your thoughts, words, and actions with your newly rewritten narrative. Get ready to dismantle emotional barriers that hold you back and connect genuinely with yourself and others. Don't forget to subscribe to Mindset Liberation and share your thoughts in the comments. Your engagement is invaluable in growing this community of individuals committed to transformative journeys. Together, we will continue to uncover the power within you. Chapter 6: Building Emotional Honesty. Daily. Emotional honesty is the courageous practice of expressing your true feelings and thoughts without fear of judgment or rejection. It is about stripping away the societal facades that compel us to hide our vulnerabilities behind a mask of forced positivity. In this chapter, we will explore how cultivating emotional honesty is vital for authentic connections, personal growth, and a fulfilling life. By embracing this practice in your daily routine, you can foster a profound sense of empowerment and agency over your emotional landscape. The origins of emotional dishonesty often lie in early life experiences. Many of us learned that showing vulnerability or expressing difficult emotions was a sign of weakness, leading to the construction of emotional barriers that support avoidance. Social conditioning encourages us to brush aside our true feelings, propagating damaging myths about vulnerability being synonymous with incompetence. This results in a culture where individuals feel compelled to engage in superficial conversations, masking authentic emotional states in favor of socially acceptable pleasantries. Statistics reveal how pervasive emotional dishonesty can be. A report by the American Psychological Association indicates that up to 90% of individuals have participated in emotional avoidance at some point in their lives, primarily stemming from societal expectations to appear strong and unfazed. Furthermore, research has shown that suppressing emotions contributes to mental health struggles, such as anxiety and depression. Understanding this commonality reinforces the urgent need to cultivate emotional honesty, reminding us that feelings are a universal human experience. By embracing our emotions, we reclaim power over our narrative and encourage resilience. Consider the story of Eliza, a workplace manager who felt overwhelmed with the pressures of her job. For years, she had forced herself to remain positive, projecting a cheerful demeanor to her team even when she was feeling anything but. Internally, she battled deep-seated feelings of fear and inadequacy, but the pressure to conform led her to suppress her true emotions. This facade ultimately led her to exhaustion and burnout. One day, after experiencing a particularly difficult week, Eliza decided to break the cycle. By practicing emotional honesty, she opened up to her team about the challenges she was facing. Their support and understanding completely shifted Eliza's experience in the workplace. Rather than viewing vulnerability as a weakness, she discovered that it fostered deeper connections and trust among her colleagues. This exploration emphasizes that cultivating emotional honesty is not only beneficial for oneself, but for those around us. Engaging with emotions authentically elevates conversations and opens avenues for connection, collaboration, and mutual support. Emotional honesty allows individuals to see each other more clearly, breaking through the facades that often isolate us. By embracing this practice, you step into your power to create genuine relationships while finding the courage to face adversities head-on. As we delve further into building emotional honesty on a daily basis, remember the innate strength that resides within you. This journey of self-discovery promotes not just emotional clarity, but also unveils pathways for healing and personal growth. Ultimately, developing greater emotional honesty positions you to take control of your emotional narrative, ensuring the life you lead aligns seamlessly with your authentic self. In the upcoming sections, we will explore actionable strategies designed to foster emotional honesty within yourself and your connections. You have the ability to create an environment where vulnerability and authenticity are celebrated, setting the stage for meaningful interactions and enriched experiences. Prepare to embark on this empowering journey, understanding that each step we take fosters freedom, courage, and personal fulfillment. Together, we'll embrace the authenticity that comes from living an emotionally honest life and discover the profound impact it can have on your relationships and overall well-being. Embracing emotional honesty is not merely a beneficial approach. It is a transformative strategy that enables individuals to confront their emotional truths and enhance their overall well-being. This practice serves as a powerful antidote to the pervasive culture of emotional suppression that often leads to isolation, anxiety, and disconnection. By cultivating emotional honesty, you create an environment where feelings are acknowledged and understood, resulting in stronger connections and healthier emotional management. The effectiveness of this method is bolstered by substantial scientific research. Numerous studies indicate that emotional expression and honesty correlate positively with mental health. For example, a landmark study published in the Journal of Consulting and Clinical Psychology examined the effects of emotional expression on physical and mental health outcomes. Researchers found that individuals who effectively communicated their emotions experienced lower levels of depression and anxiety and exhibited improved physiological health. Emotional honesty releases pent-up feelings, reducing the psychological stress that can accumulate when emotions remain unexpressed. With the weight of covert suffering lifted, individuals report feeling lighter and more resilient. Real-life stories underscore the importance of emotional honesty and its potential for profound transformation. Take Alex, for instance. A corporate attorney, Alex had always felt compelled to project a facade of perfection and control. For years, he suppressed feelings of dissatisfaction and disillusionment with his career, believing vulnerability would lead to judgment from his peers. Yet maintaining this image took a heavy toll on his mental health, leaving him feeling increasingly disconnected from his authentic self. After struggling to cope, he sought guidance through therapy and started to practice emotional honesty in safe environments. During a retreat, Alex decided to share his struggle with a group of peers. To his surprise, sharing his true experiences elicited empathy and support, allowing him to feel seen for the first time in years. This moment of honesty catalyzed a shift in his life. It emboldened him to explore a career change aligned with his true passions rather than societal expectations. Additionally, research published by the Association for Psychological Science highlights the concept of emotional granularity, which refers to the ability to differentiate between emotions in precise terms. Studies indicate that individuals with high emotional granularity, those who can articulate their feelings well, tend to experience better mental health outcomes. By embracing emotional honesty, you naturally enhance this skill. Naming and expressing true feelings allows you to navigate emotional landscapes more effectively, fostering resilience under various stressors. Acknowledging discomfort equips you to address it instead of letting it fester, leading to personal development over time. So why does emotional honesty resonate with so many people? Because it dismantles the walls we build in fear of rejection or vulnerability. By confronting discomfort rather than sidestepping it, we ultimately invite connection and authenticity into our relationships. This mindset enriches interpersonal dynamics, leading to deeper conversations and more profound relationships. Acknowledging and embracing our emotions gives others permission to do the same, forming a network of honesty and support. As we journey further into the practice of emotional honesty, it is vital to recognize the urgency to engage in and internalize this transformative approach. In the chapters that follow, we will explore practical techniques to help you cultivate an emotionally honest environment, allowing you to thrive in both personal and professional contexts. Prepare to equip yourself with the tools that will empower you to express your authentic self confidently and navigate emotional corridors with clarity and integrity. Let us embrace this journey together, recognizing that vulnerability is not a sign of weakness, but rather a gateway to meaningful connection and growth. To cultivate emotional honesty in your daily life, let's explore practical steps and exercises you can implement immediately. By actively engaging in these techniques, you empower yourself to express your feelings authentically, create deeper connections with others, and foster an atmosphere where vulnerability can thrive. Begin your journey with a daily emotional check-in. Set aside a few minutes each morning or evening to reflect on your feelings and experiences. Create a designated space, perhaps with a journal or a digital app, where you can write down what you're feeling. Be honest, descriptive, and unfiltered. Ask yourself questions like, what made me feel happy or content today? Or, what frustrated or upset me? This practice develops your emotional vocabulary and enables you to articulate your feelings clearly. Over time, you'll discover patterns and triggers, enhancing your self-awareness and emotional honesty. Once you identify your feelings, it's crucial to communicate them effectively. Start small by sharing your emotions with trusted confidants, such as friends or family members. Practice expressing your feelings in real time. For example, if someone asks how you are, resist the urge to reply with a generic, "I'm good." Instead, share something genuine like, "I had a long day and I'm feeling a bit stressed." By taking this initial step, you create space for deeper and more honest conversations, not just with others, but also within yourself. Next, engage in active listening during discussions with others. Emotional honesty involves not only expressing your own feelings, but also respecting and validating those of others. During conversations, focus intently on what the other person is communicating, whether verbally or non-verbally. Acknowledge their feelings by paraphrasing or verbal affirmations. Statements like, "I hear you, and it sounds like that was really challenging," invite openness. This practice fosters mutual trust and encourages an emotionally honest dialogue, enriching every relationship. Additionally, consider practicing emotional honesty through creative outlets. Channel your feelings into writing, art, or music. Engaging creatively allows your emotions to surface in a meaningful way, making it easier to comprehend and express them. If you enjoy writing, create poetry or short stories that resonate with your emotional experiences. If you're inclined toward visual arts, use colors and forms to convey your feelings. Each time you engage in this process, you enhance your capacity to confront your emotions while fostering a deeper understanding of yourself. As you begin implementing these practices, celebrate your small victories along the way. Each time you articulate your feelings honestly, whether to yourself or someone else, acknowledge this achievement. You might treat yourself to something special, perhaps a favorite meal, a short evening walk, or quiet time spent indulging in a beloved book. Acknowledging these successes serves as reinforcement, creating a positive feedback loop that motivates you to continue embracing emotional honesty. As we conclude this chapter on building emotional honesty daily, be ready to explore the next significant step toward creating meaningful connections, understanding and navigating emotional triggers. This upcoming chapter will equip you with essential techniques for recognizing situations that evoke strong emotional responses, empowering you to manage these moments with maturity and clarity. Remember to stick around as we delve into shaping a healthier relationship with your emotions. Your journey is just beginning. Don't forget to engage with Mindset Liberation by subscribing, liking, or sharing your thoughts in the comments. Together, we're forging a supportive environment of growth and transformation. Your input is an invaluable part of this community, and I'm excited for you to continue on this transformative path. Chapter 7: Thriving Beyond Toxic Positivity. Escaping the confines of toxic positivity is a profound step toward genuine emotional well-being and personal empowerment. As we have learned in the preceding chapters, embracing our authentic emotions, including the negative ones, is not only essential but liberating. This chapter focuses on teaching you how to thrive beyond the superficial assertions of relentless cheerfulness to cultivate a richer, more fulfilling emotional experience. By acknowledging unmet needs and celebrating the full spectrum of feelings, you usher in a transformative journey toward authenticity and resilience. The origins of toxic positivity are deeply entrenched in our culture, where there is significant pressure to maintain an unwaveringly optimistic facade. This mindset, often reinforced by social media, self-help books, and well-meaning friends, communicates a strong, albeit misleading, belief that being happy and positive at all times is both the goal and the norm. However, recent research exposes the underlying dangers of this mentality. A study published in the journal Psychological Science in the Public Interest revealed that the constant dismissal of negative emotions can lead to increased feelings of shame and isolation in individuals grappling with challenges like sadness or anxiety. Statistics reveal the prevalence of toxic positivity in various demographics. According to a survey conducted by Mental Health America, more than 70% of adults reported feeling pressure to appear happy, leading them to ignore genuine feelings of pain or dissatisfaction. This disregard for emotional validity contributes to a cycle of denial that impedes personal growth and self-awareness. By recognizing that toxic positivity is not only common but harmful, we greatly empower ourselves to disrupt the cycles that may inhibit emotional authenticity. Real-life experiences exemplify how individuals can thrive by stepping away from this pervasive mindset. Consider Mia, a vibrant individual who always radiated positivity, masking her struggles with chronic feelings of loneliness. Over time, she recognized that striving to be consistently cheerful was exhausting, and it distanced her from meaningful relationships. Following support from a close friend who encouraged her to embrace her vulnerabilities, Mia began acknowledging her true emotions, reevaluating her relationships in the process. Her life transformed as she discovered that vulnerability connected her more deeply with those around her. This revelation propelled her toward a fulfilling life that celebrated a more realistic portrayal of happiness and various emotional states. Thriving beyond toxic positivity grants you the profound realization that feeling sad, angry, or anxious is simply part of the human experience. This comprehensive approach honors your emotional truth, allows for deeper self-understanding, and encourages a more genuine engagement with the world. Instead of suppressing feelings in pursuit of positivity, you activate a mindset that welcomes and learns from emotions, maintaining hope as a core tenet while being realistic about life's complexities. Embracing this perspective fosters a compassionate internal dialogue that not only invites authenticity, but builds resilience. When you accept the full spectrum of your feelings, you position yourself to develop coping strategies that are rooted in emotional truth. This empowerment enables you to make choices that prioritize your well-being, guiding you to create fulfilling relationships and meaningful experiences. As we navigate the guiding principles of thriving beyond toxic positivity, be ready to discover actionable techniques that help transform your mindset. In the following sections, you will learn practical strategies for cultivating authentic emotional responses and nurturing connections that support steady growth. Remember, thriving is not merely about a change in mood. It is about forging deeper connections within yourself and others, and embracing the beautifully complex journey of life. Together, we will explore how to embody an authentic existence that celebrates vulnerability, insight, and truth within emotional landscapes, leading to a life of genuine fulfillment. Embracing authenticity by thriving beyond toxic positivity is crucial for emotional growth and overall well-being. This method proves effective because it cultivates a mindset that prioritizes genuine engagement with one's feelings, enabling individuals to navigate through life's challenges with a sense of resilience and adaptability. By allowing yourself to feel and express a spectrum of emotions, you foster personal development and establish deeper connections with yourself and those around you. Scientific research underscores the importance of acknowledging negative emotions and enhancing mental health. A study published in the Journal of Happiness Studies demonstrated that people who practice emotional acceptance, acknowledging their feelings without judgment, report greater overall life satisfaction. These individuals are better equipped to manage stress and anxiety because they can process their emotions fully rather than suppress them. Allowing oneself to experience and understand negative emotions fosters resilience, reinforcing the idea that these feelings are neither inherently good nor bad, but essential components of the human experience. Moreover, a 2016 study by the American Psychological Association revealed that emotional suppression is linked to heightened rates of mental health issues, including depression and anxiety. When individuals deny or suppress their negative emotions in pursuit of constant positivity, they inadvertently feed their psychological distress. In contrast, embracing a full range of feelings encourages emotional honesty, creating space for healing, connection, and ultimately, thriving. Consider the transformative journey of Carla, a young professional who found herself caught in the relentless cycle of avoiding negativity. For years, she adhered to the belief that remaining unfailingly positive would lead to success and acceptance in her personal and professional life. However, ignoring her feelings of inadequacy and anxiety took a toll, eventually leading to burnout. After encountering an emotionally supportive community, Carla made a conscious decision to confront the discomfort she'd been avoiding. She began attending workshops centered on emotional intelligence and honest self-reflection, discovering the significance of her negative feelings. Through this process, Carla learned how embracing her vulnerabilities allowed her to connect most deeply with friends and colleagues, fostering relationships built on mutual trust and respect. With each step she took toward emotional honesty, the burden of superficial positivity lifted, opening new pathways in her professional and personal life. This not only empowered Carla to express her authentic self, but also inspired others around her to abandon facades and share their own struggles. Thriving beyond toxic positivity encourages the idea that true strength lies in vulnerability. When you create space for negative emotions, you mitigate their influence over your mind and create an opportunity for growth by exploring their root causes. This approach shifts the focus from masking discomfort with unrealistic standards to engaging authentically with the entirety of your emotional landscape. In doing so, you develop the ability to understand and articulate your feelings, empowering you to advocate for your needs and desires more effectively. As you continue to navigate the intricacies of living beyond toxic positivity, recognize the urgency of embracing this method. By confronting and integrating your authentic feelings, you create the emotional resilience necessary to flourish in adversity. In the next section, we will explore specific strategies that will help reinforce the practice of emotional acceptance and create an environment where thriving becomes an inherent part of your existence. Prepare to engage with ideas and action steps that ensure your journey beyond toxic positivity leads you confidently toward a fuller, more authentic life, one where every emotion enriches your experiences and interactions. To actively thrive beyond toxic positivity, it's crucial to implement specific steps that encourage genuine emotional engagement and foster resilience. Let's explore practical exercises and mind shifts that you can incorporate into your daily life, starting with cultivating awareness around your emotions. Begin each day with an emotional check-in. Take 5 minutes every morning to pause and tune into how you feel. Use a journal or a notes app on your phone to jot down your emotions upon waking. Are you feeling anxious, happy, or maybe overwhelmed? Acknowledging and naming these feelings lays the groundwork for recognizing patterns in your emotional landscape. Over time, this practice helps you develop a deeper understanding of your mental state, enabling you to respond to your needs instead of dismissing them. As you progress, create a feelings wheel, a visual tool that breaks down various emotions. You can find templates online or create your own diagram, including an assortment of feelings beyond just happy, sad, or angry. This resource serves as a guide, helping you articulate complex emotions and encouraging more nuanced conversations with yourself and others. When negative emotions arise, refer to this wheel to identify precisely what you are feeling, empowering you to engage with them constructively instead of hiding behind a mask of false positivity. Practice radical honesty in your communications. Challenge yourself to express your authentic feelings to trusted individuals in your environment, whether it's friends, family, or colleagues. When asked how you are, resist the urge to respond with automatic replies like, "I'm fine." Instead, take a breath and embody truthfulness. Say, "I've been struggling lately, but I'm working through it." This small yet significant shift fosters deeper connections and reminds you that authenticity is more valuable than superficial cheerfulness. Additionally, embrace vulnerability during social interactions. Share your experiences openly and encourage others to do the same. You might initiate conversations about difficult topics, discussing your struggles or your learnings from setbacks. For example, if a friend shares their worries, respond by affirming their feelings and reciprocating with your own vulnerabilities. Constructing a culture of emotional honesty not only enhances your relationships, but helps normalize the authentic expression of emotions, reducing the stigma of negativity. Integrate mindfulness practices into your routine as well. Engage in meditation or mindful breathing exercises that promote emotional presence. Set aside even 10 minutes a day to dedicate to deep, focused breathing while reflecting on your emotions. With this practice, visualize the feelings washing over you, appreciating that both positive and negative emotions are valid experiences. This technique fosters acceptance, allowing feelings to pass through without judgment or suppression. As you accomplish these practices, reward yourself with small wins. After each day when you have openly expressed your emotions or effectively completed your emotional check-in, reward yourself. Treat yourself to something enjoyable, whether it's a favorite snack, a brief outing, or some dedicated time reading a book you love. Celebrating these moments reinforces the importance of your emotional honesty journey and propels you further along the path, helping build a positive feedback loop. As we conclude this empowering chapter on thriving beyond toxic positivity, prepare for the next journey into personal growth, where we will explore actionable ways to cultivate self-compassion. Understand that your experiences, both positive and negative, significantly contribute to your unique identity. Embrace the strength that comes from authenticity, knowing you're now equipped with tools that foster resilience and deep emotional connection. Make sure to engage with Mindset Liberation by liking this content and sharing your thoughts. Your engagement enriches our community, making every individual's voice heard as we continue to explore and celebrate our shared human experience. Together, let's promote acceptance and growth as we navigate the complex landscape of our emotions. In conclusion, false happiness, breaking free from the illusion of toxic positivity, has journeyed through the multifaceted aspects of emotional authenticity, empowering you to embrace the full spectrum of your feelings. We began by illuminating the pitfalls of forced positivity and its detrimental impact on mental health, advocating instead for a practice rooted in emotional honesty and genuine connection. The chapters explored strategies to accept and express your emotions, cultivate resilience, and ultimately thrive beyond the confines of superficial cheerfulness. By recognizing and addressing your emotional truths, you give yourself the power to transform your mindset and foster deeper relationships, embracing life with authenticity. Thank you for taking the time to engage with this content. Your willingness to participate in this journey of self-discovery is commendable, as every step toward emotional honesty leads to profound personal growth. If you found value in this exploration, please consider liking this video, leaving your thoughts in the comments, and subscribing to the channel for more insights on personal development and mental well-being. Together, we can create a supportive community where emotional truths are celebrated and shared journeys toward authenticity are cherished.